Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. We're here to discuss the recent disappearance of Mrs. Kathy Wade. We do have some facts, but we'd mostly like to hear what you all think occurred. You've all seen Mrs. Wade in many different aspects of her life, and everyone here most likely has a different idea of what they believe happened to her. We will be conducting individual interviews to better understand Kathy, as well as her relationship with her husband John.
Well, it's obvious that son of a bitch killed her.
While that may be a possibility, there's no definite way to know as of right now. So if it does not bother you, Mr. Pearson, we will be continuing our interviews. Would anyone else like to go first?
I guess I will.
All right, come with me. So, Mrs. Rasmussen, how long have you known John?
Well, him and his wife have been staying at one of our cottages for the past couple of weeks, so about that long.
And what have your impressions been of the couple?
I like them. They seem nice enough, always polite, but the election did seem to be getting to John. Also, there seemed to be a lot of strange things that he seemed to do, like putting the phone under the sink or the tea kettle I found in the garbage can. Oh well, we all have our quirks. They did seem very in love, though, like it was just a part of their nature.
Why, may I ask, is your husband not here today? He seemed to be closer to the Wades than you were.
Well, he's having a difficult time coping with John's recent departure, and didn't think he would be able to provide the answers you needed.
Okay, I see. Well, would you mind giving us your interpretation of what happened that night? Kathy disappeared.
Of course. So I like to look at the positive aspect of things. Happy. That's all I want us to be. I dare us, right now.
I'll be there as soon as I can. No passports, no documents, just me and you together forever. 1 + 1 = 0.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Rasmussen. So, Mr. Carbo, how long have you known the Wades?
Been a long time. I met him right when he got into the industry of politics. It can be a hard business, and the lack of selection really got John down. But it does that sometimes. It's just in its nature.
And how was your relationship with the Wades?
Well, John was a strange character, always wanting to be the best and have everyone like him. Should have just told me about the damn skeletons in his closet. But him and Kathy were something else. He was totally enamored with her, but she always seemed like something was wrong. But boy, she was hot. The way her...
Oh, okay, I get the idea. What do you think occurred on that night she disappeared?
Well, she probably wanted out. She never seemed to be totally happy, and maybe she just got tired of all the lies and decided she wanted out. That's what I did. Got out when I saw no future.
First things first, get gas. Then point the boat south, and then from there I'll just go until I hit land. And there I'll stay. Who knows, maybe I'll build a casino. Wouldn't that be crazy?
And that one night we spent together in that casino in Las Vegas, well, I've never seen her more alive than she was then. So I bet that's where she went. I hope that's what she's doing.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Carbo. So, Mr. Pearson.
Call me Vinny.
Okay, Vinny. So you haven't known the Wades for very long. What have you gathered from knowing them only a short time?
Who cares what I learned about them? All I know is that he killed her. No ifs, no buts. He killed her.
Okay, but if you could give me some information about John, that would be great.
Well, he was always giving me really weird vibes, like those melted plants they found in his garbage. Weird. The way him and his wife were always fighting when they were in town. Weird. I don't know much about Kathy, but he was weird. And after the news about the stunt that he pulled off in Vietnam came out, I was full-on disgusted by that man.
Okay, well now, can you tell me what you think happened to Kathy that night? Even though I have a pretty good idea.
I know what happened.
So you can print these out and bring them back, and you can kind of, you can bring some like painter's tape, so you can like tape off some of the
Oh, Kath. My precious Kath. Don't worry, Kath. I'll meet you soon. 1 + 1 = 0. Oh, Kath.
Thanks for that, graphic explanation.
I wouldn't expect anything less from that man.
So, Mr. Thinbull, it says here that you fought in Vietnam with Mr. Wade. Now, you probably didn't know Mrs. Wade, but what can you tell me about John?
He was a good man. He wanted to do what was right, especially in Thanh Yen. And when things went wrong, well, he took it pretty hard. It seemed to affect him pretty deeply. But that is just the nature of war, I guess. It affects everyone who is involved.
So, because of your knowledge of Mr. Wade, what do you think happened that night?
Well, I don't know much, but I do know how war affects you. Affects your personality and your thoughts and the way you live your life. And I know how scary that can be to your loved ones. So here's what I think happened.
Right, that would be a shared side, separate. But I mean, in my mind, you're gonna be there for a really long time. So it is $300 versus $100. It really doesn't matter. You know, let's just get something that's really, still really cute. Maybe it would help if I printed this with the chair. So you could just have a little bit, you know what I mean?
John?
Well, well.
The war really screwed him. It screwed all of us up. So I wouldn't be surprised if she got out when she could. Maybe she got hurt or lost. You never know.
Thank you for your time.
So you're Kathy's sister. What can you tell me about Kathy? The only information I have gotten so far is about John, so it'd be nice to hear a little about her.
Of course. Everyone focused on John, not a surprise. Always have. All the elections, no one stopped to think, how does Kathy feel? What does she want? What parts of her life did she put on hold for John to be successful? She was kind and sweet and caring and very, very loyal. You would think after all those years of spying, of the lies, of being pushed to the side, she would have gotten tired of it. But no, she stuck with him. It's not like she didn't have any other offers. And he would always write her letters and say, 1 + 1 = 0. Seems weird to me, but I guess it makes sense. Both of them seemed to take parts of each other until there was nothing left. Just like there is now. I've said too much.
So then what happened to her? Where is she?
Obviously, I don't know where she is, but if I had to guess, I think she went back to the dentist to escape her life with John. She had nothing going for her here.
Thank you. You were the closest person to Kathy, so if you hear anything from her, let me know.
I will.
And now our final interview. The readers who have observed from the outside, you have all seen every aspect of this story as it builds and now have the chance to share your opinions.
Based on the evidence we've witnessed within the story, the heartbreak, the loss, the nature of life and love, and everything else that makes up a person, we believe this is what happened.
I have nothing. My marriage is a wreck. No babies, no love, no happiness. I have nothing to live for. I can't live like this anymore.
Kathy? Kathy? Oh my god. Kathy! Oh, my sweet Kath. Oh no. Don't worry, Kath. I'll meet you soon. 1 + 1 = 0.
We like to believe that Kathy is gone, but gone with peace. This is just us. This is what we believe, what we think, what we interpreted from what we have read. But it is not the same for everyone. Everyone has their own opinions and ideas of how John and Kathy's fate ended because of the way the novel was written.
O'Brien left the novel with an open ending, with no definite answer of what happened. By doing so, he was remarking on the idea that truth is based only on perception. There is no way to know the ultimate truth, only what someone believes based off what they have experienced. O'Brien wanted us to draw our own conclusions, because that is what we do anyway, in our everyday lives, and those conclusions become our reality.
O'Brien wrote the novel in this way to force us to go inside the story, to connect us to all the other characters who have their own ideas of what happened to Kathy, and to make an opinion for ourselves of what happened. By establishing our own hypothesis, we become non-fictional proof of O'Brien's purpose in writing. His purpose is to show us that truth is based off our own perceptions of the events in life. This novel is not just fiction, it's one example of the world around us.
We are the Vinnies of this world, the ones who assume the worst in people we don't even know.
We are the Pats who hold a grudge about something that happened long ago.
We are the Rasmussens who look for the best in people.
We are the Tony Carvos, who go behind the backs of the people who thought we cared.
We are the Richard Thindles, all of us having some sort of past that affects our present.
We are the Johns and the Cathys, the broken people who without us there would be no story. This novel was not just a character study of John, but a character study of society as a whole, of all the people who make up our world. It was also a study of the way truth is perceived, interpreted, and displayed. O'Brien wants his readers to understand that our conclusions are what shape and define the world around us, and therefore we should be aware of what influences our conclusions.
All these characters are extreme versions of all of us, in order to clearly show how different parts of our life affect how we view the truth of life overall.
The nonfiction quotes and evidence are simply added to remind us all that the insecurities and issues in this book are real and don't just apply to this fictional novel.
So John and Kathy will always be a mystery, but everyone knows the truth.
So if everyone knows the truth, then there's still a mystery, and O'Brien leaves us with the knowledge that there is no such thing as truth.
Which means all the rhetorical truths that we've discovered about this novel may all not be truths, but that the whole point, because 1 + 1 will always equal 0. My truth plus your truth still leaves the world with no truth.
Good.